Well, it's been, about 7 months or so since I got to town full time, and it seems like this day would never get here. I joked we could probably use another 7 months, but in all seriousness, we're excited, obviously, to get the new era of the Bengals underway here in 22, and really pleased with how hard the guys have worked and bought into what we're trying to establish here and acclimate to our culture. And it's you never really know what you're going to get in that first game. You got a lot of different guys coming from a lot of different places, and in about a month trying to bring them all together as a cohesive unit. But we do feel like we've added a lot of talent to the roster since the spring got over, and we think we're playing, at a fairly decent level, and we're only going to get better through the course of the season, and we're excited to get it started on Saturday down in Las Vegas.
Now, Coach, you mentioned that you don't know exactly what you're going to get from the team going into this weekend. What's the biggest thing you're looking for from them against UNLV?
Well, I think the key is, consistency. I think you're going to hear us say that a lot around here over the course of the next umpteenth years, right? Like, we just have to be consistent in everything that we do. And we can't be a program that beats ourselves. You'll hear me say that a lot too. College football games are lost more times than they are won. We can't commit the turnovers. We've got to win the turnover battle. We can't give up a whole bunch of sacks, and we can't make stupid penalties that put our offense, defense, special teams in bad field position.
Now, Tyler, of course, is going to be the starter under center going into week one here. What was it about Tyler's play in the offseason and in camp that stood out to you and helped him win the job?
Well, I think consistency. I think over the course of from the time we got here, he was one of the first players when I got the job to reach out to me. And I think Tyler's poised for a big year, and I think he's got something to prove. And he just needed, I think probably in his mind, earn our trust and, feel that we trusted him. And I think, when we named him the starter, you could see a little bit of relief in his eyes. And I think he's hungry for this opportunity. He's dealt with some off-the-field stuff, some personal stuff that he's battled through and some hard things. And, obviously the injury, it leaves you, questioning, do you want to do this anymore? It's tough. And I'm excited that he's back and he's our starter. And I think that there's big things that lie ahead for the Bengals and him this fall.
And will Hunter Hayes get some playing time as well in addition to Vanderwall?
Yeah, I think that, and that's not really going to have anything to do with, Tyler's play. I think that it's just that we're very high on Hunter. I think we have two really good quarterbacks. And I think, the Hunter, the ability to spread people out and run RPO game, I think there's some things that he can do that can help this football team as well.
Now, turning to the opponent this week, what is it about UNLV that makes the Rebels a difficult opponent to face?
Well, a lot of unknowns, right? I think that I was talking to Coach Schaffner last night, and they're 22 in the two deep on their offense. I think 9 of them are transfers, and so they've got a lot of different guys that we don't know about. A running back is a different guy. You could go down the line. The quarterback, if it is the transfer from Tennessee. So there's just a bunch of guys at a bunch of different positions that you don't really know what to make of it. And so I think that just in itself is going to be a challenge. And obviously, again, that they've got more depth and 85 scholarships. And so, we've got our work cut out for us.
Now, we talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago. How special is this game this weekend going to be for you personally, with it being your first as head coach and also the game being played in Vegas?
Yeah, I think that, I'd be lying if I didn't say that it wasn't something I've been working for and waiting for an extremely long period of time. And so there'll be a brief moment that I step back and acknowledge it internally, and I'm very happy about that. But this isn't about me. This is about making sure that our kids are ready to play and they're focused, and that we give them the best opportunity to be successful on Saturday afternoon.
And also, I took a quick look at the depth chart before we came in. Ian Hershey, a local Highland product, he's going to be kicking and punting this year as a freshman. A big role. What do you expect out of him?
Yeah, well, he's a tremendously talented young man. I think everybody in Southeast Idaho, probably the state of Idaho, knows that. And we're really, really happy that he's a Bengal, and just his ceiling is extremely high. In a perfect world, I wouldn't want him to do both, but right now he's the best guy at both. And so, we talk about playing the best guys and giving ourselves the best chance to win, and he does that for us right now. And but again, that's taxing over the course of a season and over the course of 3-4 years. That's a lot of reps. So we've got to evolve that position, the punter position, and we've got to get a couple of those guys to step up and help us. But right now he's the very best, and he's really good.
All right, that's all I have. Do you guys have anything?
What have you learned about your time at FBS schools, playing against Big Sky schools? Any of that kind of help in kind of correlating and preparing for this game?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the number one thing is that I'm not going to go coach this game scared.
Right.
We're not going into this game. This is game one of our tenure here. We've got some time, and so the pressure's not on us, and so we're going to play that way. We're going to take some chances in all three phases, and and again, it may not matter. They may be, they lost a bunch of games last year at very close, margins. So, if they feel and they put the transfers in place that they feel that can take them over the top, it may not matter. But for us, we're going to go out, we're going to play. I want our guys to play fast and free, and I don't want them to worry about making mistakes because we're going to have some. But it's over the course, as I tell them, going back to that consistency model, it's over the course of 60 minutes of what we can do. There's going to be highs and lows in every football game. And, we've talked about, and we brought in a mental coach that spent some time with the players. And, she talked about when adversity hits, you can do one of two things. You can react. And a lot of times when you just react, you don't do it, it's not the right answer, or you can respond. And so we've kind of tried to drive that home to our players that it's how we respond in the right manner in which we respond that gives us the best chance to win this football game. But again, we're going to go into this thing and we're going to let it loose and we're going to play and take some chances. I think the fans are going to see a different version of Bengal football, and hopefully it's going to be a whole lot better version, and we'll see where it ends up.
Coach, on that line of the mental game, as a head coach, how do you take a program that has historically had some struggles, right? How do you help convince these young men to know that they can win? Not just the skill involved, but go into it on the mental side that they can win.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, and I don't know if you have enough tape to record me, but that's where I feel probably I'm at my best, because I think that's what I do best, more than the X's and O's and all of that. It's making the connection with the players, and they have to see it inside of themselves first. I tell them all the time, you can't walk around and hope to win a game, and then you win a game and then go, oh, I'm a champion. It doesn't work that way. You gotta feel and believe you're a champion well before you ever win games, and it's something that I tell them all the time. You have to see it to achieve it, and then once you see it, then you can put the plan in place to go physically get it done. But if you don't have the vision and you don't have the passion and the dream to go make it happen, it's hard to actually go put that process to work if you can't see yourself doing it. So these guys we talked about from day one, they have to see themselves as winners, and then they've worked like winners this summer, and now we've got to get the fruits of our labor.